My voice was shaky. I was starting to get cold enough. I thought that I had things under control. I was getting paid where I've been, why I stepped away. There's just a lot.
It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday.
I ended up making the decision. I stepped away. I did it in a way that I felt was respectful and clear. It wasn't because I was angry. It wasn't because I was trying to make a statement. It wasn't because of what people online may have been assuming. It wasn't because of what was going on in the internet ecosystem. Had nothing to do with any of that. I stepped away because I believe God made it clear that this was no longer where he wanted me to spend my time in the season. This is the part that really confirmed it for me. When I stepped away, I felt peace. I felt peace.
And like I said before, man, much respect to Keri. Shout out to Keri. I did check out a couple of Keri's videos even before this, right? Just to check out, just to, take a look at her channel. Keri's channel is pretty much centered around God and spirituality and her belief and principles and stuff like that. I think she has a very pleasant channel. I think it's a great channel for anyone to watch, but especially for women.
Yeah, her channel's definitely going to do well. A lot of women will gravitate towards Keri. A lot of ladies probably can relate to what she is currently going through.
Especially women that are married as well, or even if you're not married and you're just looking for tools and wisdom, right, to carry on in your life. I think Keri does offer a lot of that on her channel. Shout out to Keri Spencer. I really found her material very pleasant. But this particular video that we're about to react to is specifically about why she left the Room 9 panel, right? And the things that she was struggling with.
I didn't fully understand it.
Am I missing something? I don't know why it was rumors or speculation of something more there. I haven't really seen this lady a lot speak, honestly. But am I missing something? It is odd timing though. It's very odd timing. Or maybe it was the perfect time. And you feel me? I don't know.
Why I stepped away from the panel. It didn't have anything to do with the drama that, it didn't have anything to do with anything that people are speculating about online or none of that. I wish.
Didn't have nothing to do with the drama. I guess it was just a coincidence. Okay.
Everyone well. God told me to get my house in order. There's just a lot. Was starting to really experience some things with my body that was becoming really difficult. Achiness, pain, just certain things that I wasn't used to dealing with chronically.
It was probably a lot of stress dealing with all that chaotic stuff. And then, like she said, she's a spiritual lady. So it's probably the spirits, combating, knowing she shouldn't have been on there, fighting back and forth. So that'll make you have body aches and all that kind of stuff. So I get it.
Actually came from a moment between me and God, period. Have you ever asked God what to do, what he wants you to do? And he answered you, trusting in God and then receiving peace. At that time, I didn't go to God about it. I feel like he came to me. So a part of getting my house in order was like, all right, let's clear as much off of here as you possibly can. So what I started doing was I started doing exactly that. I started pulling things back. I didn't take on any new commitments. I canceled travel plans. I didn't go on social media. I told myself I wasn't going to go on social media like Facebook, Instagram at all. The only thing was YouTube for the purpose of the panel. I was only allowing myself to watch things that had to do with like learning about Christianity, learning about the Bible, self-help, self-development videos, skill building, health videos. Other than that, I was not on online like that. I pretty much cleared everything off except these two commitments. One was this organization that my family and I are a part of, and then the other was the panel.
Like, I don't even know Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. Like, this is not about like accountability because she's a woman. It's just that part. It is wrong, and if it wasn't, if it's not such a big deal, like Anton keeps turning his head, Molly, you keep making these facial expressions. If that's not such a
It was
big
just
deal,
her
let me
opinion. I
just
don't know
finish. Let
how it
me
was
no,
wrong.
Molly, she made a statement that was wrong. It can be proven to be wrong. What I'm saying is,
Y'all took a 30 second
Molly,
clip
you're
out of an hour and a
Molly.
half
I didn't.
podcast. I don't think it's
Molly,
fair to be
can I
so
finish?
judgmental.
So I kept the panel because I was enjoying it. It was growing. I was getting paid, and we were becoming a crew, which I was kind of yearning for socially. That I don't think I've made any secrets about that. That's one of the things that has been like a goal of mine, if you will, was like developing more of my social life. Because again, being at home, homeschooling, being a mom and wife, like all
So that was her social life, the social media thing, the room 9. I get it. A lot of people's social life is the internet. And she did mention money.
the time, out of state from where you live, where you were born and raised. It was just different establishing your whole social circle. So that was feeling a little bit of that. So I thought, and everything else I cleared except those two things, right? You know what? For a little while, I thought that I had things under control. And recently, it started to feel like I had taken 2 steps forward, but like 5 steps back. I
Well, being on that platform like that, you on that platform for 2 or 3 years, it will take a toll on you.
was feeling very overloaded. I was feeling chronically depleted. Like energy level was in the garbage. I kind of worded it like I was feeling distant from myself. Like I could see the version of myself that I wanted to be, but I was over here.
And that's interesting. If you feel distant from yourself, imagine how the family felt. Imagine how distant the kids felt. Imagine how distant your husband felt. Wow.
And again, this is like a culmination of clearly everything. And then finally, I felt like my body was almost saying, I can't move till something changes. What I started to realize was that maybe when I was doing the clearing before, where I cleared everything off of my plate, maybe I was supposed to clear a little bit more. Maybe
Yeah, you cleared everything off your plate and loaded up your plate with room 9 and that BS.
God had been preparing me for like a full reset, and I thought that I had removed enough because I didn't want to remove the
Woman,
panel. I
y'all
prayed a
mean
very
y'all be simping out, y'all be chasing this, y'all be chasing tail, y'all this, y'all that, and now
The
you're saying you
context
need to
behind
feel
me
what it's
saying that I
like to
only
walk
have to
into a
find
room
one
and have
is when
women want you to put
no
their
no no no.
manhood in
See, you
their
skip
mouth.
not you
Walk
have to
into a
find
room
one
and have
is when
women want you to put
no
their
no no no.
manhood
See,
in
you
their
skip
mouth.
not you
Walk
have to
into a
find
room
one
and have
is when
women want you to put
no
their
no no no.
manhood
See,
in
you
their
skip
mouth.
not.
Like,
See, this is what's dangerous is because now you twisting the narrative. When
no,
I
you're
say
Shouts out to Keri for standing her ground and not just letting Anton push his little narrative around. I got a lot of respect for Keri.
I prayed a very simple but direct prayer. God, please communicate with me clearly. I feel distant from myself. I feel drained and lost. and I don't know where to start. If I'm supposed to change something in my life, make it plain. One night
Awesome testimony. Beautiful that she's being transparent. She is going to help a lot of ladies out there with this interview.
I went on the panel and I was already feeling off. I don't know why I was feeling off. Like nothing happened in my home, but it was just it was just off. Nothing dramatic happened that made me leave. That's important. That's important. This was not about one incident. This was not about internet drama. This was not about some argument that pushed me over the edge. I just knew something felt just off for me. I'm like, I'm starting to get cold. Like I'm just starting to get chilly.
So off of a 30-second clip.
Molly, if you say a cat is a dog, I don't
But I
need to hear you
watched
talk.
it though, so I have to be objective.
Molly,
You're
if
right.
you say a cat is a dog, I don't need to hear you talk for an hour longer to be like, oh no, that's wrong. But you can
To
keep
get the
going.
context of why
I
she
don't
said
need the
what she said, it would
context.
be helpful to listen
I
to
don't
the
need
whole
the
thing.
Well,
Molly,
hold on. But in
Well, Anton doing his thing. What he is doing is making them create content. He's kicking back. They're creating content. His pocket's getting fat. Shout out to Anton Daniels.
in defense though, we watch on the show, we watch clips all the time and we make a decision about somebody, right? So and
Right, and that's why I did my homework, because I don't like going into
yesterday we
these
talked about
conversations not
superheads.
having the full context. I have to be accountable for what I'm saying. So
No,
I made
no,
sure
no, no.
knowing we
What
were
they're
talking
saying is
about
that
this, I did my
context
homework.
doesn't matter.
nobody
Context
needs.
doesn't matter because the only thing that matters is
Oh, y'all won't even let
Oxford
nobody
definition.
finish talking.
The
That's
Oxford
like,
definition is the thing that
I
matters.
haven't got
It is. It
I
is.
haven't, I haven't
You
got
I
can't
know,
just be
Mika, you
changing
haven't
words because
finished
you
what you
feel
said. I'm
different.
getting interrupted. And go ahead, Anton and Molly. Y'all show, go.
Because I felt like when I was speaking, I felt, I don't know if anybody else heard it, but I felt like my voice was shaky. Almost like it sounded like I was crying, but I wasn't crying. I was
Wow, that damn panel was breaking her down. It was eating her alive. Unbelievable.
cold, but I didn't know why I was cold. I'm like, is something wrong with me health wise? Like, I don't really know. I just know that I'm cold. I can't get warm. And now, like, I'm kind of like mentally not here. I didn't fully understand it. But later, I came to believe that for me, it was part of how God was getting my attention. I believe. I believe that it's not everybody else's story, but I believe that in my situation, God was pretty much saying, like, I already told you what this is.
Keri never gonna accept this one, y'all. She ain't gonna accept it. She hasn't seen the scripture for that one. So
Whatever. Y'all can keep bringing the scripture up like I'm so jaded.
I've already communicated with you what you need to be doing, or what I've already communicated with you what to do. Let's say that.
Sounds like the energy on that platform was just giving her a mental breakdown, physical breakdown. She was getting broken by that panel.
I want to be at peace with how I spend my God given moments. I want to be at peace with how I spend my God given time. And it was like, well, what does at peace mean? And at peace meant I want it to feel like I'm fulfilling my purpose.
this mentality, in my opinion, is what's wrong with the community, the black community in particular, because women don't give a fuck about no more, in my opinion.